everyone, Nina here. Lovely to see you. I hope you had a fab new year. We've got loads coming up on Newsround today, including we find out why Judy and Nick are breaking more records, ask why hundreds of teddies are being thrown at the ice hockey, and check out the biggest game releases of the new year. First, let's start with the cold weather as more snow and ice warnings have been put in place for many parts of the UK. After hundreds of schools closed yesterday, more are shut in Scotland and Wales today, along with over 150 schools closed in Northern Ireland too. It's caused disruption for travel, but many people have also been having loads of fun in the cold weather. Further snow is expected across the country later in the week. Next up, we go to Venezuela and to a big news story about one country capturing the leader of another. So what's happened and why? Here's Jenny with what you need to know.
Venezuela is a country in South America. It's 3 times bigger than the UK and has a coast on the Caribbean Sea. And it's home to this, the world's tallest waterfall, called Angel Falls and part of the Amazon rainforest. It also has another natural resource, lots of oil. That's very valuable, but most of Venezuela's people are poor. But it's the country's relationship with the USA that has put it in the news. American armed forces have captured Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, and taken him to New York to be put on trial.
One of the most stunning, effective and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history.
Donald Trump and his government have accused President Maduro of being a criminal, which he denies. But there's been some criticism of how America and President Trump have acted. They've been accused of breaking international law. Those people say you shouldn't snatch a foreign leader, and you can't say you will run another country, no matter how much you don't like them or what you think they've done wrong. Donald Trump's team say President Maduro wasn't elected fairly and that he's been sending drugs to the USA and funding terrorism. America says it isn't at war with Venezuela, but there are still lots of questions about what will happen next and what it will mean for ordinary Venezuelans.
Right, time now for a roundup of some of the day's big sports stories. First up, the Scottish Government says they're planning a bank holiday on the 15th of June as Scotland head to their first Men's World Cup for nearly 30 years. Several of the matches are on really late at night, so fans will have to stay up pretty late to watch them. It's not 100% confirmed yet, and it's also not clear if schools will get the day off too. Next up, we also have Manchester United because they are looking for another new manager after the club sacked coach Ruben Amorim after 14 months in charge. Last season, the Portuguese coach led the team to their worst placing in the Premier League for over 50 years. In a statement, the club said it was the right time for a change. And it's all changed for Celtic too, as former manager Martin O'Neill returns to coach the team again after his replacement, Wilfred Nancy, was sacked following just 2 wins in 8 matches. O'Neill already coached Celtic earlier this season, and fans hope that his second comeback will lead the team to victory. Movie news next. And did you go and see Zootropolis 2 over Christmas and New Year? Well, you'd be joining a lot of other people. The animation has now made more money than any other Disney movie ever, nearly $1.5 billion. The sequel tells the story of the friendship between cops Judy the rabbit and Nick, her fox partner. It's now knocked Frozen 2 off the top spot. OK, there's a lot to look forward to in 2026, especially if you love gaming. I've been taking a look at some of the new games coming out this year to see what they're all about.
2026 is kicking off with a brand new Pokemon game, but this one is a bit different. In the game, players play as Ditto, a Pokemon who has transformed into a human and is on a mission to help restore the land after it has withered away. The game is out in March, but it will only be playable on the Nintendo Switch 2 console, and it will also be a keycard. Next up, Lego Batman is back in a new game, Legacy of the Dark Knight. Players will be able to fight crime as their favourite caped crusader, solve puzzles and explore Gotham City, meeting allies like Robin and Catwoman, as well as facing off against villains like the Joker and Bane. The game will be released sometime this year on PlayStation 5, Xbox X, Switch 2 and PC. If you enjoyed exploring the mysterious alien oceans in Subnautica, then you'll be pleased to know that a sequel is on its way this year. In Subnautica 2, players can explore mysterious ruins, build custom bases, and study the ocean creatures who live there. But be warned, not all of them are friendly. The game will be released on PC and Xbox and can be played solo or with up to 3 friends. However, as it's an early access version, it is still a work in progress, meaning some things might not work fully yet. Next, you might recognise this guy from Super Mario. That's right, it's Yoshi. The little green dinosaur with the long tongue is getting his own game this year called Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. In it, Yoshi jumps into a magic book, meeting unusual creatures and making all sorts of discoveries. It'll also only be playable on the Nintendo Switch 2 console. And finally, the makers of Untitled Goose Game have got a new release coming out this year called Big Walk. It's a co-op adventure game where players can hang out with friends to explore and work together to solve puzzles. Up to 4 players will be able to play together, and the game is playable on PC. We don't know yet how much these games will cost, and we'll have to wait until they're released to find out how good they are, but there's heaps to look forward to in 2026.
OK, last up to Pennsylvania in the US, where it looks like it's snowing teddies. Over 80,000 stuffed toys were tossed onto the ice during an American Hockey League game on Sunday evening. The annual event started back in 2001, and all the teddies are donated to local charities. Cuteness overload. Well, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.